Welcome to the Tribune Scouting Report. I'm Jennifer Fierro here at Bulldog Field, and as it says, home of the champion Burnet Bulldogs. On this Friday, on this field, in this stadium, the Marble Falls Mustangs come here to face their county nemesis, the Burnet Bulldogs, who are coming off a 24-19 victory over Fredericksburg. This will be a big game for all of the usual reasons, none of which are more important than county pride. That's about the only thing that's at stake. And yet, as we will mention when we talk to the Burnet coaches, as well as our experts, Billy Becker and Roger Moore, this contest goes way beyond just the X's and O's. We are looking forward to hearing what they have to say. All that and more on the Tribune Scouting Report coming right up.
Caring for you like family is not just our motto, it is our commitment to our patients. At Texas Hills Urgent Care Centers, our highly trained nurses, physicians, and staff know that your health and your family's health are important. With weekend and evening hours, Texas Hills Urgent Care Centers is here for all your family's health care needs, including treatment for illnesses, injuries, school and travel vaccinations, as well as many other services. Located on Highway 71 in Bee Cave and on Highway 281 in Marble Falls, convenient and professional medical care is just around the corner.
Thanks for staying with us. Joining me now is the defensive coordinator here at Burnet High School, Kirk Jones. And Coach, thanks for joining us, especially on such short notice with Coach Walker being out with illness. We hope for a speedy recovery, of course.
Yeah.
This morning or earlier, we were able to talk to Coach Warner about the Bulldogs. I want to ask you some things about Marble Falls. You've had a chance to look at them, scout them a little bit. What are some of the impressions you have of them?
Well, we just got a lot of respect for those guys over there, and they're well coached and just a solid football team on both sides of the ball. Of course, I watch a whole lot more of their offense than I do their defense. So their offense is as strong as always. They've got good size. They throw the ball well. They run the ball well. We should have a whole lot of respect for them. It'll be a tough match Friday night.
Now, I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit. Coach Walker has always said that the key to a successful football team, football season, is the defense and how well your defense performs. How are you able to get your guys going and fired up on the defensive side? Because it's not as much fun as playing offense.
Yeah, well, I understand that these days kids love to get on PlayStation games and go score 100 points in a game. So it's kind of tough to get kids going on the defensive side of the ball sometimes, but it's been a tradition for us around here, and our kids love to play defense, and we just like to get after people and hope we can find kids that can run a little bit, don't mind being physical, and it's something we're working on right now this year. We got to get better at it.
You have had a chance to see Marble. I know that you were at just about every 7-on-7 game. I know you're extremely familiar with their skill position players and what Zed Warner brings to the table and all that stuff. But what else stands out for you when you think about their offense?
Well, they're big up front, and that seems to be the way it is every year. They're got big offensive linemen, and we're going to have to do some things to, try to even that out a little bit. They get hold of us and get us going, they might be able to move us around a little bit. But like you said, Zed is just an incredible leader, great athlete. He can throw, he can run. He's got some good receivers to get the ball to, and always seems that they have a big, strong back or two to hand the ball. So there's not really anything that we look at and say, wow, we've got an advantage here. They're loaded as always. So like I said, we'll have our work cut out for us Friday night. We just hope that we can hold on to our hat a little bit and make a game out of it.
How many Burnet Marble Falls games have you coached in now?
When I first got back here in 2001, we weren't playing because I guess Marble Falls was 4A at the time and we were 3A. But whenever that series started back, I've been here, I guess maybe 8 games in a row now. So 8 ball games. It's a great rivalry.
And tell me about the rivalry from your perspective. You're coaching in it. Which one is the more pressure packed? Is it playing in it or is it coaching in it?
Well, I never played in this rivalry. I've had a chance to play in some great rivalries, but it's about the kids, and we want the kids to be excited. The two communities kind of get to compete against one another in a certain way and kind of fight for a little pride. But these kids are what it's about, and I know these kids, they get out there and slug it out, but they're all friends off the field, and they enjoy each other. They enjoy the competition, but it's exciting for these two communities to go at it, and just have a little competition each year, so it's a lot of fun.
Now, I did not ask you about the win over Fredericksburg last week. Hopefully that will kind of get you guys going. I know Coach Walker should be excited about that. Can you just briefly give us some of the highlights of that game and what you remember?
Well, we were just trying to get better from week one, and we felt like we did a little bit. We did some things well on both sides of the ball. We did some things well in the special teams game that gave us a chance to win the game. But defensively, we felt like we played better up front in our D-line and our linebackers, and got after their quarterback a little bit. He was a good athlete as well, similar to Warner. But we were just excited to walk away from Fredericksburg with a victory. And anytime you can do that, then you know you've played well.
Okay. Now you also had Damon back and you had Caden back. I know they missed week one because of some things, I believe injury-related things like that. But do you feel like you're getting healthier now as you think about week three?
We're getting a little healthier. I think we've got most everybody back. Maybe one offensive lineman that we're still looking to get back, but Caden and Damon definitely helped to make us a little faster across the board, a little more talented in the skill positions. Both of them play a little bit of defense as well, so they both helped us on both sides of the ball and special teams also.
Okay. Coach, thank you so much.
Thank
we
you.
Look forward to seeing you on Friday night. All the best to you guys, and can't wait to see all the details.
All right.
We'll be here early.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back. We're back. We want to welcome now to the set the voice of the Burnet Bulldogs, Roger Moore, and of course Mustang historian Billy Becker. But we're going to start with you, Roger, and that's because you guys are the hosting school this year. I want you to put into words this rivalry between Burnet and Marble Falls. What does it mean to you?
Oh, it means everything to Burnet and to me too. It goes all the way back. I'm sure it goes way back, even farther than I can ever remember, and actually it goes back a long time. But I kind of got involved in 92, 3 in that range, and I wasn't here for the 91 game, but I wished I had been. I should have dropped whatever I was doing, come and saw that game. But I heard it was quite a game, or actually 2 games, I guess, wasn't it?
Yeah, two separate games nearly.
Yeah, sure enough. Yeah, and I wished I'd have been there. Incredible rivalry. It's what high school football really gave high school football its name, I think, the Burnet Marble Falls rivalry.
And same question to you, Billy. I know that you have a little different experience because you're a Marble Falls man, grew up playing Burnet. I'm very familiar with the rivalry, have been following it closely for several decades now.
Yeah, this game goes back, there was a record of it in 1898, although there was no score, and officially the first game was 1913. But we've been at it a long, long time, and it was great fun when we played. We split with you a 6-0 and a 7-6 loss. But these last few years have been a burden. I mean, Burnet has 11-game edge in this, and it's sort of like that 91 game. When you made that 4th down play, that pass to the tight end on it, that got you the next downs, and that got you the game eventually. Marble Falls has not been able to come up with the critical play. I mean, they won in 2008, and they've won some games here and there, but overall, Marble Falls needs to take the action in hand and make the critical plays for a change. That's where it stands right now.
Okay, so Billy, being the Mustang fan that you are, I know you still follow the team closely and all that. Last year, Marble Falls thought it had a team that could really come out and not only win, but win convincingly, and that didn't happen. How does Marble Falls get over that hump? How much of it is physical versus how much of it is mental?
Well, it's physical if you don't run up the middle. I think that's where their edge was, and they really didn't do it, and it would have set up their running game. And later in last year, they started doing that, and that's how they got in the playoffs. And I think that's one of the critical elements. If they can run on Burnet, they can win this game. They've got to outcoach Burnet. They've got to be smarter. To win this game, you've got to do everything right. Even if one team is above the other in talent or in wins and losses, it still doesn't matter. You've got to play this game, and you've got to beat the other guy hard. That's all it takes.
And Roger, for you, I know that there were a lot of people last year who didn't think that Burnet had a chance. And of course, the Bulldogs come into Marble Falls, win in that brand new stadium, only give up 7 points for 4 quarters. What kind of momentum or how much confidence did a win like that do for y'all?
Well, it ought to do wonders. That was an incredible victory, and our kids were sky high after that. Went on, 6 more game winning streak, and just an incredible lift for the whole season. And it ought to carry over to this year. I hope it does. I don't know that it will, but I hope it does.
Do you think, because I'm somebody who believes that there's more pressure to win at home than there is on the road. I know, and not only is this a big home game, this is also homecoming for the Bulldogs. How does Coach Walker and his staff keep his kids focused on the task at hand?
I don't know how that's going to happen. Being an old coach, I can tell you homecoming week can be a very difficult week. And it goes back to even last year. I think it was homecoming at Marble Falls, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
So that very well could have had a little, play on Marble Falls, and how well they, recuperated from being homecoming week. Maybe is a good way of looking at it. I don't know. It's going to be huge. It's going to be a tough thing to do. I think Coach Walker will do a great job at that, and his staff. I think they're going to do just a marvelous job keeping the guys focused. I don't think there's any doubt that the boys, they're going to come out, with fire in their eyes, certainly, and being at home. Yeah, it's tough to win at home, no doubt. That's a tough deal because there's a lot of pressure on you. But
you just heard Billy say that Marble Falls' key is its ability to run the football. Do you agree with that?
Oh, totally. I don't think there's any doubt. Burnet's got to know that's coming, and I think I feel like that's what Marble Falls will attack, and I think Burnet's got to know that and come out and be ready for it.
Okay. Why does Burnet have an edge in this game, Billy? What do you think?
Well, they're at Burnet up here. Now, they have homecoming, and I'll take all the distractions we can get as far as that goes. But they've had a winning edge in this series, and that's a state of mind. That's something Marble Falls has to change for the long term. You're 11 games behind. You've got to win this a lot over time as far as that goes. What Marble Falls has going, they won on the last play, and that's something that takes, it takes the lineman to block, the other receivers to do clear out patterns, the quarterback to get the ball there, the guy to catch it. You've got to do a lot of things right. And for a young team, that was an excellent thing to have happen. And that is encouraging because I've always been of the opinion that there's really luck is a function of power. And you can only get lucky so much, but if you've got a good, powerful football team, you can do amazing things. So I would like to see them win this game and win this game strong.
Now, you know that Marble has had an edge over Burnet and Llano and Lampasas in 7-on-7, and yet that 7-on-7 success hasn't moved over to 11-man football. Why is that?
Got defense. I mean, when people are out there busting your rear end around, it's a whole different ball game than 7-on-7. I mean, when you throw in defense, it's a different ball game altogether. And you've got to have that balance between running and passing. So even though they've had great passers and great receivers and all this, that's not football as we know it out here on this field.
Prediction?
I'd like to say about 35-21 Marble Falls.
Okay. Prediction, Roger?
Woo, 35-21 sounds like a good score, but burn it.
Burnet. Okay. Well, as always, we appreciate the insight, Roger. Look forward to talking to you next week and getting your thoughts. And, if we can get Billy to come back and share the field with you, we may invite him back to do this segment with you.
Absolutely. That'd be fun.
All right. Billy, we appreciate it.
You're certainly welcome.
And we'll be right back.
We are established. We are qualified. We are certified. We are knowledgeable. We are dependable. We are Ken's Heating and Air. Our people make the difference.
Friday night's contest is so much more than just a football game. It's about bringing together a lot of people who care so much about their communities that this is a way to demonstrate their pride. And yet, no matter the score, no matter the circumstance, no matter what's going on and who's having a better season, who's having a worse season, or who has the better team, you can throw all of that out. That's what's so great about rivalry games. So for this particular game, if the Burnet Bulldogs can keep it close, make no mistake, Burnet will find a way to win. That's how it's always been. Look for the Burnet defense to set a tone. If Marble Falls can withstand all of that and rely on their quarterback to make some plays for them, Marble Falls has a chance. On the other hand, never underestimate the power of the home field advantage. No matter what happens on Friday night, you can count on the Tribune Scouting Report to be there. We look forward to giving you all the highlights, talking to as many players and coaches as we can, and of course, reporting that back to you. For the Tribune Scouting Report, I'm Jennifer Fierro. We'll see you next week.